Spencer, your thoughts on today's 2-0 loss?
Possibly a game too far for us. We've had a big 2 weeks. We've really had to focus. I thought the first 35 minutes they were quicker to the ball, deservedly led. And then I thought for the next sort of 45 minutes we were in control of the game, but we've had nothing from the officials all game. The 11's got to be sent off. He's already on a yellow. He calls him in, realises on a yellow, but it's too late. 30 seconds later he's booking Adam Doyle for the same thing. We got no decisions all day. It's rare for me to talk about officials, but I thought three of them were shocking. Their manager was in my face the whole game in my dugout. There's been a fist fight between their manager and my coach. Nothing from the officials. The decisions were crazy and we were bullied. And we're a very young side. I'm not making excuses. We were very poor for 35 minutes. I thought we had by far the better of the second half, and they've caught us on the counter-attack and it's game over. And credit to them, that's, they got through that sort of 40-minute period. Scored on the counter-attack and you're 2-0 down. Red card, sorry, I'm not having it. It's not an elbow. He's admitted it's not an elbow. There's a hand. It's just a melee. They haven't even appealed for it. But nothing was going our way, and the players ran out of gas today. I thought we were outworked, and give Concord some credit, as much as I'm not happy with certainly the way they decide they want to play and the way that they act. The reality is they deserve to win the game. And we've got to realise that we've still got 7 more games to play, and as much as we had a good couple of weeks, we didn't show enough quality. Our quality of crossing was diabolical, and we weren't there to enough second balls, and too many players underperformed today, which is disappointing in front of our own fans after a couple of good weeks.
You mentioned Alan in sending off there. The referee seemed to be on the ball quite quickly with that decision, wasn't he?
Far too quick. And as I said, you saw his, very poor performance by calling their 11 and only panicking. Then he suddenly realised he had to send him off, and he didn't. And 30 seconds later, he's booking Doyle. I'm afraid they were in his ear the whole game from start to finish. I mean, even to the extreme. No excuse, but even the kits. I mean, the whole thing was ridiculous. We're almost wearing the same kits. He's been bullied from start to finish, and he got no help from the officials. As I said, their manager was in my face. Good luck to them. They've won the game. I'm not making excuses. We were poor. We weren't up to where the determination and hunger that we've had for the last couple of weeks. We didn't do enough. Too many players underperformed. So I'm not making excuses. We weren't good enough today, but we weren't helped at all by the officials, and we've got to move on quickly, realising we've still got 7 games to go.
Spencer, you've got Gospel Borough Tuesday evening. What can you do to turn things around?
Well, I don't think it's turning around. We've won 3 and just got beat on Saturday. So it was a poor performance on Saturday. But I don't want to take anything away. It was a bad day at the office. There were a number of factors. I think we are running slightly on empty. We've got to 43 points. We do need another win or 2. And we're playing one of the form sides in the division. They've won an awful lot of games recently, Gosport, and credit to them, they've dragged themselves well out of the relegation zone. So it's a very difficult place to go. It'll be very physical. We are young. We're not the biggest side, and we're going to have to man up very quickly for another very difficult away match.
You do seem to up the ante when you're playing away from home against teams at the higher end of the league. Why do you think that is?
I don't think that. I think we've got to realise that we are incredibly young and inexperienced, and we've taken some lads from a lower level of football, and we will have some off days. It's old news about our situation this season. Obviously, I was very disappointed with our performance on Saturday, where we were pretty much bullied from start to finish. But we realise that it's a very difficult game against Gosport away. As I said, they've got great form, and we have to realise that we have to raise it against all sides in the division. The old cliches, there's no easy game, and certainly Gosport away at the moment is a very difficult game. And we're better than we showed on Saturday. But we've had a very good couple of weeks, and we can't win every game as much as I desperately want us to. And perhaps it's a little bit of a wake-up call that as much as we've been outstanding the last few weeks, the last 4 or 5 games, that Saturday shows us that we've really got to be focused if we're going to keep picking up results.
You've already beaten this season 1-0 here, but of course there's been quite a lot of changes in the personnel since then.
Yes, I mean we've had to cut budget down to the bone. We've brought in some loanees. We've had to let the more expensive players go. But I think we've shown that we've done particularly well. We've got 43 points. We're mid-lower table, which when it comes to the end of the season, survival is the key. As I said, we're disappointed with Saturday's performance, and Gosport, when we played them, it was a very tight game, and as I said, they're having a fabulous run form. put up a good show to get to the trophy final at Wembley. So we know it's going to be a very difficult match, and we will have to be better than we are on Saturday, but we can take a lot of positives from what we've done away from home, as you say, in the last few weeks. And as I said, hopefully use what happened on Saturday as a wake-up call to focus our attention again.
After the Basingstoke game, you set yourself a target of 4 wins and between 45 and 47 points. You're nearly there. I guess you feel that perhaps another couple of games that will be surpassed and you'll be sitting pretty.
Well, yes and no. I've just said to the players on Saturday, we've still got 7 games to go. We've had this really good run, which came to an abrupt end, deservedly, on Saturday. With all things considered, we didn't deserve to get anything from Saturday. We've still got to play 7 games and some really tough games. Gosport away, Western, Bath, Dorchester, big travelling distance away games. And then we've got to play some sides that are fighting for their lives at the bottom. So, we've got to make sure that we show pride and passion in our performances, our organisation, and it's an opportunity for players to show that they want to play for the club next season, to get contracts and look at other players and look at perhaps a couple of the younger lads like CJ Fern, who's done very well, and then we move forward. And we've got 7 games to play, and I want to win every single game. And as you say, we still need a couple more, and we've got to focus on some very difficult games, certainly this week, 2 massively difficult games, and make sure we get those points as soon as possible. And we'll look to the summer when it gets to April the 26th and not before.
Okay, so that's plenty of time.